Hello, welcome to this month's Tip of the Month, where we'll be focusing on a new feature that HubSpot's rolled out, which people are absolutely loving, and that is the new Sales Workspace. So essentially it's one common area, one single area where you can manage all of your sales activities, leads, follow-ups, all from one spot. Now, one of the challenges with HubSpot, even though they spend a lot of time optimizing the user interface, is that we used to have to click everywhere to follow up on sales tasks or look at our sales positioning. So as an example, sometimes you'd be clicking on contacts, sometimes leads, sometimes deals, and then sometimes you'd be either down the bottom here looking at tasks. You'd be jumping at different screens all the time, but there was never this single screen where you can manage it all from the one spot. So this is the new Sales Workspace, which does all of that for you. So let's dive in and take a look. So the first area is our leads area. So think of leads more on the marketing side or pre-sales qualification. So what we mean by that is that either you've got someone come in from a website, someone's given you a business card and said, hey, you need to speak to this person because I think they need your services, but we don't really know enough about them yet. Like, do they have budget? Are they the right person to speak to? Do they have authority? Do they have the need do they have the need, or do they have the time? So some way to qualify these people to make sure they're a good fit for your sales opportunities and for your business. But this is what the lead section is all about. So the lead section you'll be able to filter leads either in or out. And the fantastic thing about that is that I can jump to a lead now. So we've got a new lead. So essentially no one's really contacted this person yet. From here, I can pick up this lead and go, cool, well, I'm going to own this lead now. So I'm going to start reaching out to them, whether that be via email or via call. I can assign them to myself, and then I can schedule some future activities. So either I've attempted to call them, email them, I don't have a response yet, so I can simply jump into here, create a follow-up task, which would be, say, in 2 business days, and I'm going to give them a call. So I click on there, and now I've got this follow-up task with Fred Smith in 2 days. We can add additional information here, like we can add new columns or write notes, however you want to set it up. But this is a nice quick way to work through your leads who aren't qualified yet. Once they are qualified, we can then switch them over to our main sales pipeline. So for those of you who've been working with the sales deals pipeline, and what I mean by that is I'm going to open this up here. That's the main sales pipeline. So I'll jump into this one where you've got all of your deals sitting here. You can move deals around. What we want to be able to do when someone is qualified, we move them into that pipeline. So we know they're like legitimate sales opportunities. So we could go from here and go, okay, well, we've connected, we've had a chat, and yes, they're a great fit. They want to do business with us. They're a great fit for us. So we'll click on qualified. And what HubSpot does now is it generates a new deal in our main sales pipeline. So we give it a name. So typically it would be the service items. So for me, it would be CRM system, and work through the other fields where you would normally add a new sales deal. Click on create, and then that deal will pop up in our main deals. So a really important point here is that we can now differentiate between leads and deals, and we can start tracking leads versus deals. So leads typically will give us feedback around, if you're finding a lot of these people are just disqualified, so they're not a right fit, typically that will mean that there's something that needs to be fine-tuned with your marketing. They're speaking to your referral partners who are referring leads to you, or your actual digital marketing or physical marketing. And then if it's more on this side where your deals are taking, maybe 10% of your deals are converting, you can then focus on, okay, well, now it's more of a sales team, but do we need to have the resources for our sales team? Do I have the right sales team? Are we closing deals fast enough? Do I need to put on more sales team members? So you can then focus your shift. Is it marketing or is it sales? So now we're in the deals section of the Sales Workspace, and this area once again has been improved significantly. So the area I wanted to highlight here is that we've now got this score section. So the score, when I hover over this, it'll tell you that it's got a high probability of converting. That's based on where I am in where this deal is in the sales pipeline. So you can see here we've sent the contract, so it's got a high probability of converting. It has been, it is telling us, so this is our demo system, but essentially it's saying that it's been a long time since we've caught up with this opportunity, and it's telling us something else, whether the close date was pushed out. Now that's obviously me in my demo system, but we can start to see signals around, okay, what's the likelihood of this deal closing? If the number's pretty high, it might be that, okay, well, just over the next couple of hours, let's just focus on this deal and get this one across the line. If it's all the way back, say here, where we've either got nothing, where it's not in a stage, we haven't moved anything, nothing's happened, you might see that there's missed calls, there's emails that aren't responded to, it's going to get a really low score. And then from there you can make a informed decision to say, well, do we keep pursuing this deal? Is it wrong timing? Are we speaking to the right person? Is it a wrong fit for us? You can start to then make decisions around specific deals. So it makes your sales process significantly more targeted, rather than just looking at your whole sales deal, just going, oh, where do we start? We're going to start with one. So this is a brief overview of the Sales Workspace. You can obviously jump into this next section here, which shows you what tasks you've got coming up, a feed of all your activities. And then once you're back in here, it will then show me what activities we've got rolling for today. So I'm going to pop a couple of activities in, and then I'll come back and share the screen again. Okay, so I've just updated a couple of tasks in the system, so I'm going to go back due tomorrow and let's go due today. So what would happen is if you're in a sales role or you've got sales locked out in your calendar, you would then first thing you would jump into this screen and go, okay, what are the things I'm meant to be doing? I've got 3 tasks here, so I've got 1 call, 1 email, and 1 to-do. So the to-do might be, say, sending a proposal. The call, I can just jump on the phone, and the email, I've got to email. The thing that I would love about this is that fits straight into your HubSpot app on your phone. And if you've had, say, 10 calls lined up, it'll show you a list of the calls and a button to call them. So you just have to click the button link, and it'll just go off and call them for you. So you don't have to go around searching on your phone for contacts. It'll have a screen that pops up at the end to say, hey, what happened? And it really, really streamlines that part of the system. And similarly, if I look at tomorrow's activities, so I can start to plan for the next day, I've got 1 activity rolling out, and once again, I can be proactive around that. So this is available in the Sales Professional. So if you currently have the standard version of Sales or of HubSpot, or the free version of HubSpot, think about whether this would optimize how your sales team works. Me as a business owner, if my sales team is working way more efficiently, then it's probably worth me just investing a little bit in them. So the Sales Professional starts off at 140 Australian dollars per month. If that's of interest to you, would absolutely love to have a chat about how it's set up, some of the other features that will switch on when you switch on HubSpot Sales Professional, and how you can take advantage of this awesome new feature called the Sales Workspace. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you in next month's Tip of the Month. Thanks again.